Hi guys, welcome to ZussieMakesit. And apparently the jungle? What is going on? The birds are going crazy here. We're gonna get into this video and we're gonna talk about Preval Sprayer. And this one right here is something that when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds so promising. And it sounds like it's gonna be so good for what I want, because I've been trying to do a finish in my, paint jobs where I don't have to get out the whole big sprayer, because sometimes it's not that big of a paint job. And I found this in one of the videos that I saw, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to try it. So we're gonna try it here with me as well. I tried it a little bit yesterday. That's why you see the bottle is already full or filled a little bit, but let's get into this. Let's go. Let's step into my office and let's get this sprayer here. What you're gonna see right here is a sprayer. Basically this has a I guess the spraying solution or gas that helps the paint that you see right here come out into the sprayer bottle here, and it does kind of like a sprayer does. You don't have to use the type of paint that usually spray cans use, but you can use your latex, acrylic paints. There's all these other materials that you can use. Let me just get them in the screen. So this is it, guys. This is the materials that you can use. You can use lacquer, you can use latex, which is water-based, or oil-based varnish. You can use oil-based alkyd, protective enamel, which is oil-based, and also the semi-gloss water-based. This right here is semi-gloss and it's water-based. It's just my regular paint from the home department store. This one is actually the Bare semi-gloss in white, and we're doing some drawer fronts that are going to be really fancy. But this right here gives you the guides of what it all needs to be diluted to, and what kind of the thinner you need to use, and what coverage. So one of the things that I saw in a lot of other videos that I was doing my research, as you know, I deep dive into research. I wanted to know how much this was gonna last, and this actually lasts for what I'm using, which is the acrylic, the latex. It's gonna be 60 square feet. How much that is, I have no idea, guys, until it runs out. But I'm thinking that it's gonna last for what I need to do on my 4 drawer fronts, which are not even full, pieces. They're just like 1x2s. And so I'm happy about this. The main and most important thing about this Preval sprayer, before you get to use it and get the hang of it, is stop, don't shake it, take off this part from the bottle down here, take it off, and then you're going to do your dilution of the paint, whatever it is that you're going to be doing, and you're going to do that separately from the sprayer. Before you do anything, I already did this because I'm already using it, but before you do anything, take this off. You're gonna put this to the side. You're gonna put in your paint, whatever paint you're using, and then put the water, or if you have solvent or thinner, whatever you're gonna do, and then you're gonna close it, because it comes with this lid as well. This is the other part that it comes with. Super nice. Which I was wondering, why did they give you this one? You already have this, but they had a reason. So then you're gonna shake it. And one of the things for this, for example, in my case, is a water-based latex, or the acrylic paint that I showed you. And it has here, I don't know if you can tell, but it has the measurements. In some of them, it has the millimeters. On this side, oh, this is the parts, I'm sorry. These are the parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 parts. You can't tell because it's all with a paint here. But in my case, I had to do the acrylic paint. So I did 3 parts paint, which is up to here, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 part of water. And that's what I I mixed. And so my error was that I had this attached to it when I mixed it, and I shook it like crazy. You know how you shake a regular sprayer? I went crazy. So you're not supposed to do that. And thankfully it still works, but you know, I don't know what I did to it, but it's still working. So you shake it, make it nice and mixed. And once you're done, you want a visual of how it was before. I took it out. I hope I can take it out again. And then this too can come off. So be careful. Just make sure that it's well attached in here. So we're gonna get into the pieces that come with this sprayer. It's super simple. There's not very many pieces at all. And we have to start with, it comes with a sprayer like this. It comes with this top here, and then the glass jar. And then inside the glass jar, you have, you know, the little straw that pulls out all of the paint so that it can spray. And at the very bottom of it, it has this little filter. I take it off, and according to some other instructions, people have taken it off because this material, depending on the material you're using, if it's thicker like this, you know, acrylic paint, it's gonna be a little bit thicker. You're gonna take it off so that it can push or pull the paint up to the sprayer and that it can go out. You're gonna dilute it, of course, but you do need to take it off so that it's easy for you, because this is kind of like a filter. This right here is a filter, and it's a little bit, because I had already put the paint there, you can see that it's obstructed. But if you wash it right away after, or just take it off before, you just put it aside, put it with all of the sprayer parts, and you'll be set. The next thing that we are going to do is going to just kind of shake. Well, you already did that, but I was like, you know, force of habit, shake it, but don't shake it like that, like how I told you. Do not shake. And then what you're going to do next is going to put your piece at a 90-degree angle, you know, standing up. If you have, you know, back a wall or whatever, just cover it. Mine is not going to get all the way over there. I might even pull it in a little bit here towards me, and I don't care about the paint can getting anything. And then you're going to start spraying. In the beginning it might take a few tries, but then the magic starts to happen, and hopefully it's not too windy. So it's gonna come out like this. You might want to have to play with the dilution as well, because I feel like this is too faint for me right now. It might have to be thinner as well. So once you start going, and also the wind, and then play with the distance. Because of what I did with the shaking before, I don't know if I messed it up a little bit, but it's supposed to work the best way, you know, and give you that finished spray finish, which is what you're looking for. I feel like it's a little temperamental, like it goes when it goes. It might be because of the shaking that I did, I have no idea, but hopefully I can get it to work well. And now it's not even spraying. Okay guys, let's try again. Alright guys, from that point on, the sprayer didn't work, and I think it's because I shook the can so bad, so hard. I actually never shake a sprayer can before using it, but this time I said, oh, I'm just gonna start shaking it so that it comes out really nice, because this is a new thing that I'm using, this and that. I didn't, you know, the instructions there, they should actually say as a first thing, and they should have like a really big no sign where it tells you not to shake the can for nothing, for anything, you know. So I had to eat that one. Thankfully it was just like $6, but I don't want you to waste your money, and I actually had to go back to the Home Depot today. That's a day later from we were testing out the sprayer, and I got a new one. I just changed out the sprayer part. I could have used just the sprayer replacement, which it is available, which is really good, and it's like $5 with tax and all more. But this is a new whole system, and I just wanted to try it because I said, what if this or that is not working? I just want to, you know, do it. So I got a new sprayer, and I tried it today. What is that? It's a bee. Oh my gosh, it's a bee. Okay, it's a very, I'm gonna go get some water for that bee. Gosh, it's very aggressive. All right, that took me off topic, but I did put some water and sprayed it all over. We're at a 90-degree day today here in California, and it's the end of February. It's kind of crazy. I don't know where I was even at, but I will tell you that the new sprayer did work. It did take some time for it to start spraying, and I'm like, oh no, not again. But it does take some time for it to start like loading the paint. I did thin out the paint as well a little bit more. I probably did 1 more tablespoon of water to the already 1 part that I had done, and it started spraying, and it's doing it, I can't say spray, and it did it really well. Let me just show you here. This is the second piece that I'm working on, and you can tell how nice, because I said I'm gonna take out the brush. I don't want to take out the brush or my big sprayer, and I didn't want to do either of those. So here, this is right there. I'm going to show you a little bit more how I'm going to spray a little bit more. I can't say spray, I say spray. Why? Let me just try to balance this here. And you kind of want to go into place. Since I'm outside here, there's a little bit of wind, which is always so painful, but you have to hold it at a 90-degree angle. And I'm gonna work here. So you work at a little bit at a time, and then I can switch it up. "45 degrees is the most that you can go. So use a mask as well. Don't do like me. But I'm outside here, and I'm trying to be careful with my whole environment so that I don't overspray. So far, with everything I had to do here and what I experienced after this, I don't think I will use it again because I don't find it practical. So go ahead and like, subscribe, all the things. Leave a comment to let me know if you used it or if you've used it before, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.